Okay, bear with me. I will share with you how this YouTube channel is going to be changing. But first, I want to share with you the book that I have read this week because it does play into my decision. This book is Emily of New Moon, and it is, yes, by Lucy Maud Montgomery. If you are a fan of the Anne of Green Gables series, maybe you'll want to try Emily of New Moon. Emily and Anne are alike in many ways. They are very different in ways too. I think Emily is more kind of bullheaded and stubborn than Anne was. Anne generally wanted to please people. Emily pretty much doesn't care what people think. But they're both fanciful, and like Anne, Emily is a person who imagines fairies and elves, and she likes to write poetry, and she likes to write stories and dreams one day of being a famous poetess. So I'm actually going to skip to the end of the book. This part is important for me to share with you. It's at in the last couple of pages, a teacher that she has sits down with her and he says, "Show me your work." He's a pretty hard-nosed guy, and he said, if there is promise in this, I want to encourage you. But if this is a bunch of fluff, if it's ridiculous, I'm going to tell you so. And she knew that was true. So she came in with her best work, and she was so nervous. And he sat down and he began reading her poetry, and he'd kind of smirk and say, occasionally he'd say, "That's a good line." But a lot of times he'd smirk and say, "What do you know about a cascade, a waterfall on Prince Edward Island? You don't know anything about that." And she's like, "Well, I saw a picture of one." And he kept asking her over and over, "You don't know anything about this. You're writing about things you don't know about." And then when he'd finished looking through all of her poetry, she handed him a book that was basically just musings that she had written on her own, just how and this was an accident. She didn't mean to hand them. She thought she was handing him her short stories. So it turns out it was a book that she had written about people and her general impressions of people, including impressions of him, which were, some were good, but some not so favorable. And he sat there and just laughed. And he said he realized one day, I will be able to say that I taught Emily Bird Star, because he knew she had a gift for writing when she began to be real and write about the things that were real in her life. And, this is something I have been thinking about as I did this channel, that I do enjoy reading books. I have read my whole life. I, as a kid, always had my nose stuck in a book. But I have found this channel to be very difficult because as I'm reading, things strike me in the moment, and I ponder it for a while, and I just think about it. But then after I finish the book and it's time to come back and do the video, I find it very difficult to condense all of the thoughts that I had into a video that is not 30 minutes long, which no one would want to watch. Let's be real. Especially me, I'm not that good. So that is very difficult. So while I want to continue reading, I really want to share as I go along, not just like one video at the end of a week telling you that this is what I read and this is what I thought about it. I want to share with you my thoughts as I go along, and to be careful not to have spoilers. I don't want to give things away in the book in general. So that is one thing that's going to change. Rather than a video each week, I will do throughout the week as I'm thinking. I still want to read a book a week. That is a goal that I set at the beginning. The videos were a way to help me meet that goal. So I will still do that. I read my books first thing in the morning. If you watched my video yesterday, you will see that I begin each day. I said I begin each day bringing questions to God. And I'll link this video at the end so you can see it if you want to. And then I spend like an hour. I get up early so I can do this. I spend like an hour reading every morning just from whatever I happen to be reading. And I find that a lot of times God will speak to me through the pages of even fiction or through the pages of other memoirs or things like that, then I always follow that reading time up with reading my Bible. And as I reflect on this channel, I think that, I watch different YouTubers talk about how to do YouTube and how to be authentic and to share what you really know. And the fact is, sharing about books, while I love to read, is not something I feel really comfortable with. And it's not something I think I'm really good at, even though I enjoy reading. But sharing about how God speaks to me through the pages of books, and specifically through the pages of the Bible, and how I hear his voice in those things, that is where I am my most authentic self. I have been reading the Bible for many years. My husband is a pastor. I went to seminary myself. I actually am ordained. And so this is something that is very important in my life. And this is the thing that I feel that I have that I can share that has value with you and with whoever chooses to listen. So you will begin to see a little bit of a shift in this channel. I hope that that is something that you will find valuable. Again, I will continue to read books because those also inform my thinking, and I will share those with you as well, but you'll see that it'll change a little bit. I am trying to decide also about the cookbook videos that I kind of started. I want to continue to do that because that is fun for me, and that is a true goal that I had, to be able to give away my cookbooks. But I am finding it difficult to video the cooking process. So what I'm going to do is continue to give those away and probably not do the cooking. I just don't have the equipment for that. I have a little tripod that continuously falls off into my food, and videoing and cooking, yeah, I don't have that down yet. So what I won't make a big deal about it, but occasionally I'll say, and here is the cookbook that I'm giving away this week, and maybe give a little introduction to it. I want to say to those of you who have subscribed to this channel, I am so grateful. I appreciate your support so much, and I hope that this little shift will be something that that will be of some value to you. If it's not, I do understand. This is just what I feel like I need to do to be able to say, okay, this is me, this is my authentic self, and this is what I have to offer the world. So if this kind of content sounds good to you, or something that would be helpful to you, I hope that you will give me a thumbs up and you will watch some future videos. And again, if you want to see the video that I did yesterday, or right before this one, depending on when you're watching it, I'll leave that linked above. Thanks again for your support and for watching this video and spending your time with me. I hope to see you soon.